Olive found herself outside a trendy city coffee shop with a lively disco right next door. There were stylish and fashionable animals everywhere she looked.
Cake, what a cool street,
said Olive, who was wearing a colourful apron with steaming frothy coffees printed all over it. She was admiring the two huge model coffee beans on either side of the shop entrance when suddenly an anteater burst through the doors and out onto the street.
Mama Mocha, I don't believe it.
I'm Olive. Is everything okay?
No, it's not okay. I am Senora Don Mochaccino, the best coffee connoisseur in all of London town. My guests will be here any moment for my coffee shop's grand relaunch, and everything is going wrong.
What's the problem, Signore Don?
Not again.
But Cake, who are they?
They are a group of naughty espresso mucho jumbo coffee beans. Olive, I need help to catch those crazy coffee beans before they destroy my new shop.
Olive and Don rushed into the shop to try and catch the jumping beans. But they didn't have much luck. The beans were always one jump ahead, knocking over racks of coffee jars, rows of cups, bags of sugar, everything.
Phew! These beans are seriously jumping!
With all the commotion, Olive tripped and tumbled into Don, sending both of them somersaulting out of the front door and crashing into the two huge model coffee beans.
Get me out of here!
Oh, how are we ever going to catch these coffee beans?
Olive noticed that the beans were copying Don as he hopped around trying to free himself. Then she spotted the dancers leaping around to the music in the next door disco.
Jumping coffee beans? A disco? I think I may have an idea.
Olive popped the remaining big model coffee bean over her and started to jump around with Don.
Keep jumping, Don, and follow me into the disco!
Okay, Olive.
Don followed Olive, jumping along into the disco, and the coffee beans followed them too, in a coffee conga line. Soon all the coffee beans were jumping around happily and safely inside the disco. Finally, back in the coffee shop, the chaos was over.
Perfecto. I will make you a cup of a very special coffee to say thank you for getting rid of those mucho jumbo coffee beans.
Oh, well, I'm not sure if I really like coffee.
But you have not tasted my coffee. Un momento.
Don expertly operated the various grinding, steaming, squirting and mixing devices on his coffee machine to create the perfect cup of coffee for Olive to drink.
I am calling this new coffee my Olive Cappuccino. It will be the latest coffee sensation.
Actually, this Olive Cappuccino does taste perfecto.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go. Somewhere new. Olive was sitting in a moving chair high above a snow-covered slope. On her feet was some strange, long, thin planks, and she was holding two poles. Next to her sat a little elk.
Oh, hello, I'm Olive. What are these planks? And where is this flying chair taking us?
Hello, I'm Stefan. These are skis, and this is a chairlift that will take us to the top of the mountain. Then we can ski down it. Super cool, yeah?
Olive looked down and saw lots of skiers skiing down the slopes.
It does look like fun, but I've never tried skiing before. Is it dangerous?
No. I'll give you a lesson. Soon you'll be skiing down the mountain super fast, yeah?
Well, okay, yeah.
Olive and Stefan jumped off the chairlift and slid over to a small practice slope. Stefan showed Olive the basics. She wobbled, skidded, and kept falling over.
Skiing isn't easy.
But soon, Olive was getting the hang of it.
Well, like this, Stefan?
Well, kind of. Come on, let's ski down the mountain, yeah?
Already?
It's okay,
Said Stefan as he pointed to a sign with a big green arrow on it.
as long as we stay on the easy green run, you'll be fine.
Woohoo! This is fun!
Soon they were skiing towards a fork in the slope. The green run led off in one direction, but the other was marked with a black arrow. It was a really hard and steep black run,
Okay, Olive, we must keep to the green run here, yeah?
warned Stefan. But as she reached the fork, a snowboarding chipmunk shot past, forcing Olive to swerve.
Geg, watch out!
And before she knew it, Olive was hurtling down the black run.
Olive, no! This is too steep for you.
Shouted Stefan as he skied after her. But Olive was going way too fast.
Wow!
The other skiers had to dodge out of her way. Olive reached a sharp bend. She couldn't turn in time and went flying off a snow ramp high into the air. Stefan flew after her. They both landed head first in a snowdrift.
Are you okay, Olive?
I think so, but now we've lost our skis.
Oh no, the snow's too deep. We can't walk down the mountain.
Olive spotted Stefan's rucksack.
What do you have in your rucksack, Stefan?
It's my emergency supplies, a first aid kit with some bandages and 5 big bars of chocolate.
Some bandages, some big bars of chocolate. I think I may have an idea.
Olive used the bandages to strap 2 bars of chocolate to her feet.
There you go. The bars of chocolate are skis.
But won't they melt?
Not with all this cold snow. And, the branches are ski poles.
Olive and Stefan grabbed 2 branches each, and soon they were skiing down the mountain once more, being careful to stick to the green run this time. At the bottom, they expertly skied to a halt and ordered mugs of steaming hot milk from a cafe. Stefan took the remaining chocolate bar and mixed it into their drinks.
Now we have hot chocolate, yeah?
Olive sipped her hot chocolate. It tasted amazing.
I do love skiing, but I think I love hot chocolate even more.
Super hot, yeah?
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time somewhere new. Olive was standing outside a huge supermarket.
Oh.
By the door stood a little man in a uniform.
Geg, this place is enormous.
Course it is. It's a supermassive megamart.
Said the little man.
I'm the security guard, and I've got my beady eye on you, bird, so no funny business, okay?
Absolutely.
Exclaimed Olive as the guard stomped off.
Oh, we'll never manage it all in time.
Olive turned to see a little old lady leaning on a walking stick. With her was a boy on a bike holding a long list.
Hello, I'm Olive. Can I help?
I'm Bradley, and this is my grandma Doris. It's my sister's birthday today, and we have all this shopping to buy for her party later on.
That is a lot of shopping.
Yes, it's a huge store, and I can't walk fast with my stick. We'll never get everything in time.
Olive spied a supermarket trolley and a pick and mix stall, which had all sorts of sweets, including long black licorice.
A supermarket trolley, a bike, some licorice. I think I may have an idea. Doris, can you buy some licorice, please?
Okay, dear. Cool, I love licorice.
It's not for eating, Bradley. Wait and see.
Olive tied one end of the licorice to Bradley's bike and the other to one of the supermarket trolleys.
Doris, get in the trolley with me, please, and hold on tight. Bradley, get on your bike.
Okay.
Bradley started pedalling and pulled the trolley into the store.
Right, Gran, where to first? Ice cream.
Bradley pedalled them down the aisle until they found the ice cream. Doris and Olive grabbed some and they continued to zoom around the store, picking out the things they needed as they passed. Crisps, fruit, drink, bread, and various tasty sandwich fillings. In no time at all, they had almost everything on the shopping list. Bradley turned into the next aisle, but there was the security guard blocking his path.
Oh, no. Bikes are strictly banned.
Bradley spun his bike around and zoomed off.
Can't catch yours.
Oi, come back here.
Ooh, birthday cake. Now we have everything for the party.
Stop, Bradley, stop!
But Bradley wasn't listening and took another sharp corner. The licorice got caught on some prickly pineapples and snapped, sending Olive and Doris swerving into a tower of baked bean tins.
Oh!
They crashed into the beans. Olive, Doris and the shopping went flying through the air, falling onto one of the checkout conveyor belts. They landed next to it just as the security guard caught up.
Right, where's that boy on the bike?
You mean that boy out there?
Olive pointed through the window at Bradley, who was now outside chewing on a piece of licorice.
Kids today, nothing but trouble. Same goes for birds.
The security guard wandered off, grumbling. Doris paid for all the shopping and they joined Bradley outside.
Thanks for all your help, Olive.
You're welcome. I hope your sister's birthday party goes well.
Hey, would you like to come along?
I'd love to, but all that shopping's really tired me out. But I'm sure it'll be a super massive mega party.
Till she popped up somewhere new. Olive was standing in a palace courtroom. Sitting there was a man wearing a red spiky hat. He seemed very upset.
I just can't do it.
Hello there, I'm Olive. Is everything okay?
Jester!
Gag, who's that shouting?
It's the Queen. She wants entertainment during the banquet. I'm Jingles, the court jester. It's my job to make the Queen laugh, but nothing I do seems to work.
Jester! Get in here now!
She said that if I can't make her laugh today, then I'll be punished.
Oh, well, maybe I can help. Why don't we form a double act?
Oh, thank you, Olive.
I know, let's try a funny dance.
Olive and Jingles nervously walked up to the Queen.
And who might you be, missy? You look like you might make a nice feathery hat.
I'm Olive, and I was hoping to help Jingles here make you laugh today.
Oh, really? Well, you better both make me laugh. Otherwise, you'll both be getting locked up in the tower.
Locked up? Where?
Begin.
Jingles plucked his lute and they both danced a hilarious jig.
Boring. Next.
You see, there's no pleasing her. It's hopeless.
Maybe we just need to be more exciting. Why don't we perform a juggling act?
Oh, all right.
Olive and Jingles rode around before the Queen on a unicycle with Jingles on Olive's shoulders, juggling 6 clubs in the air.
I've seen juggling 1,000 times before. If you don't make me laugh when you return, you'll both be sent straight to the tower.
It's okay, Jingles. We just need to do something dramatic.
Olive noticed a large pot of strawberry jam on one of the banquet tables. She also spotted 2 tall windows with long curtains.
A pot of jam, some long curtains. I think I may have an idea. Jingles, we could perform an amazing vanishing and reappearing magic trick.
Oh, well, let's hope it works.
Olive covered Jingles in the jam and then plucked out some of her feathers and stuck them onto him.
Need something else. Your shoe!
Olive stuck Jingles' shoe onto his face so it looked just like her beak.
Quick, Jingles, go over behind the curtains.
I'm waiting.
Now for our final act, a magic spectacular. I will disappear behind this curtain and then reappear immediately behind the other.
Reappear, eh? Begin.
Ta-da!
That was completely rubbish. I've had enough. It's off to the tower with you both.
Jingles fell to his knees before the Queen.
Please, Your Highness, give me another chance.
As Jingles knelt forward, his head feathers brushed over the Queen's bare feet.
Keep tickling, Jingles.
You really are the funniest jester this realm has ever seen.
Olive joined in, tickling the Queen with her feathers too. The Queen was laughing so much, her cheeks went bright pink.
Finally, I found out how to make the Queen laugh. All thanks to you, Olive.
Well, she certainly seems to be enjoying herself. In fact, I'd say she looks tickled pink.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go. She popped up somewhere new. Olive was wearing a knight's helmet and was sitting on a grey horse, which was strolling along a winding path.
Hello, I'm Olive.
I'm Melvin.
Said the horse in a mournful voice. Ahead, Olive could see a huge castle with battlements and a tall tower.
Heck, that's an impressive castle.
Is it? When you've seen one castle, you've seen them all.
Suddenly, Olive heard a voice.
Help! Help!
It was coming from the top of the tower.
I think someone needs rescuing. Giddy up.
Melvin ambled over the drawbridge with Olive.
Help! Help!
Come on, Melvin. We have to climb to the top.
Towers have stairs and horses don't do stairs.
Melvin sat down, took out a horse hoof file and began to file his hooves.
Oh, I guess I'm on my own then.
Olive climbed a long spiral staircase up hundreds of steps until finally she reached a wooden door at the top. Olive tried the door, but it was locked.
Hello? I'm here to rescue you.
The key is under the mat.
Olive looked under the mat and found a big metal key.
Oh,
She unlocked the door and went inside. Sitting in the room was a little prince who had beautiful long golden plaits.
Keg, that's the longest hair I've ever seen. I'm Olive.
I'm Prince Raphael. It's long because I've been locked up for ages by the evil Princess Pat and she won't let me cut it. You have to get me out before she returns.
Hold it right there, Knight.
Growled a voice.
I'm Princess Pat and you ain't going nowhere with my lovely long-haired prince.
Well, actually, I'm here to rescue him.
Yeah, right, that's what you think.
Princess Pat marched out and locked the door behind her.
What are we going to do now?
Olive looked out of the window. Far below, she saw Melvin still filing his hooves.
A prince with long blonde hair. A hoof file. I think I may have an idea. Oh, Melvin! Can you throw me up that hoof file, please?
What? Oh, suppose so.
Melvin threw up the hoof file. Olive caught it.
Now, I'm going to use this file to cut off your long hair.
No, if the princess finds out, she'll be really angry.
It's okay, because we're going to escape.
Although the prince didn't like it, he let Olive cut off his hair. She tied one end to the door and threw the other end out of the window.
Right, we can use your hair to climb down and get away, but we must be really careful.
Olive carefully climbed down from the window. The prince followed, and soon they were both safely on the ground.
Oh, you two are really heavy.
Oi, where do you think you're going?
Olive turned to see Princess Pat standing by the tower. Her face was bright red with anger.
Let's get out of here.
Melvin galloped off. They rode away from the castle, leaving the princess shaking her hairy fist.
Right, that's far enough.
Yes, I think we're safe now.
Thanks for rescuing me, Olive, although I do miss my lovely long hair.
Actually, you look rather handsome with your new short haircut.
Thanks very much.
The prince gave Olive a kiss on her beak.
But Keg, I've never been kissed by a handsome prince before.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive popped up somewhere new. Olive was standing in a peaceful country wood.
Ah, how lovely.
Suddenly, a sucker dart came shooting out of the trees.
Keg, where did that come from?
Then another sucker dart hit Olive on her leg.
Right, who's there?
Then hundreds of darts flew through the air at Olive.
Oh, stop it! Oh, ah!
Out of nowhere, a rope dropped in front of Olive, and 3 badgers dressed in camouflage gear slid down.
Put your wings up.
Demanded one of the badgers.
State your name and your reason for being in our wood.
Said another.
Well, my name's Olive, and I was only having a nice stroll.
You don't fool us, Featherhead. You're a spy and you're planning to capture our treehouse.
Treehouse? I don't know anything about a treehouse.
Yeah. You're just like those silly squirrels. The moment our backs turned, you'll break in and make a nest.
Well, ostriches don't make nests in trees.
Silence. Let's take her in for questioning, boys.
The badgers marched Olive towards a large oak tree. Unfortunately, they'd set up a hidden tripwire the day before and forgotten all about it.
Wow!
Olive and the badgers went shooting up into the air, trapped inside a giant net.
This is all your fault, Boris. I told you to put down that red flag to mark the tripwire.
No, I told Archie to do that.
Now, hold on, everyone.
That's rubbish.
Oh, now listen.
Yeah, you're the one who's rubbish.
Okay, everyone needs to...
No, you're rubbish.
You're both rubbish and you smell.
Quiet! There's no need to get upset. If we want to get out of this net, we'll just have to work together, okay?
Okay.
Look, badgers have strong teeth. Why don't we try nibbling through the net?
The badgers tried, and Olive tried too, but the net was just too thick.
That's not working. I know. Why don't we swing towards the treehouse window, grab that walkie-talkie, and contact base?
That just might work. 1, 2, 3, swing!
They swung towards the treehouse. The badgers stretched out their arms, but the walkie-talkie was just out of reach.
It's no use. We'll be trapped up here forever.
Olive noticed a long piece of thread hanging down from the net. Then she plucked a sucker dart from her wing.
Some string? A dart? I think I may have an idea. If I tie this piece of string to the end of a dart, do you think you could fire it and hit the walkie-talkie?
Definitely.
Olive tied the piece of thread to the dart and handed it to one of the badgers. The dart stuck to the walkie-talkie,
Bullseye!
and they carefully pulled it back into the net.
I'll call for help. Mum, you there? Over.
Read you loud and clear, Boris. Over.
We've got caught in our own net.
Oh, what again? I'll be there in a minute, boys.
Wait a minute. Your mum's nearby.
Yes, of course. This is our back garden.
The badger's mother arrived.
Oh, dear. That's the 4th time this week.
Well, if it wasn't for Olive, we'd still be trapped up there.
Oh, thank you, Olive. I hope they weren't too much trouble.
Sorry we thought you were a spy, Olive. Hope we didn't scare you.
Not at all. It was actually quite nice hanging around with you boys.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go. Olive found herself in a busy city street, surrounded by really tall buildings. There were stalls nearby, selling balloon animals and hot dogs to passers-by. Olive was wearing a yellow hard hat and was holding a box with 2 buttons on it.
Cake, I wonder what this big button's for.
Press it. Please.
Who said that?
The name's Clive. Now please press the button and get me down.
No problem, Clive.
No sooner had she pressed the big button than a window cleaner's platform, lined with buckets of water and brushes, clattered down the side of the nearest building to the ground. On it was a very scared-looking walrus.
Hello there. I'm Olive.
Hello. Am I down yet, Olive?
Down? I don't think you were ever really up.
Chuckled Olive as Clive joined her on the pavement.
Oh, I'm keeping my flippers firmly on the ground from now on. I'm no good at cleaning windows so high up.
Olive looked up at the tall building's very dirty windows.
Oh, so I could see Clive.
This isn't my usual job, you see. I normally sell balloon animals for my stall over there, but I promised the window cleaner I'd do his job when he's on holiday. Now it looks like I won't be able to keep my promise. Can you help me at all?
I suppose cleaning windows can't be that hard, can it?
Olive stepped onto the window cleaning platform. Clive pushed the button and the platform started to move up into the air, past one window, then another and another.
Oh, not so fast. It's getting a bit wobbly up here. Wow! Egg, get me down, Clive. Please.
Clive pushed the other button and soon Olive was safely back on the ground.
Oh, thanks for trying, Olive. I guess we'll never get those windows clean.
Olive looked over at Clive's balloon stall and then the one selling hot dogs.
Balloon animals, hot dog buns, buckets of water. I think I may have an idea.
Olive attached the buckets of water to balloon animals from Clive's stall. First an elephant, then a giraffe, a balloon fish and a whale, and even an ostrich. Soon there was a whole zoo floating up the side of the building, with buckets of soapy water dangling below them.
Quick, Clive, can you make me a huge catapult from some balloons?
One catapult coming up.
As Clive twisted the squeaky balloons into a catapult, Olive ran over to the hot dog stall.
One huge bag of hot dog buns, please.
There you go.
Olive placed a hot dog bun into the balloon catapult, took aim and... ping! The bun flew through the air, past the dirty windows, before popping the balloon elephant. The bucket of soapy water spilt over the side of the tall building as it fell, washing the dirt from the windows to reveal the happy, waving people inside.
It worked.
Olive sent more buns catapulting up towards the balloon animals. Bang! Pop! Each bucket spilled their water and soon all the windows were sparkling clean.
Oh, thank you, Olive. I'm so glad to have kept the promise I made to my friend.
No problem, Clive. I never realised cleaning windows could be such fun.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time to go. Popped up somewhere new. Olive was on board a spaceship. She was wearing a silver top and a sweatband around her head.
Cake, that's an amazing view.
Just then, the spaceship began to shake.
Whoa, what's happening?
A door slid open to reveal a man leaping up and down so much it was making the whole room shake.
Hey, up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Pump it up, 2, 3. Fitness fans, come on!
all the shaking made it hard for Olive to stay on her feet.
Where? I'm Olive. What's with all the leaping about?
The man stopped, and the shaking did too.
Whoa, you proper made me jump then, Olive. I'm Captain Smirk, and this is the Starship exercise on its 5-year mission to seek out and exercise new civilizations, to boldly go where no aerobics class has gone before.
Suddenly, the spaceship lurched from side to side, sending both Olive and Captain Smirk tumbling all over the place.
Whoa! What's going on now?
Oh no, look over there.
Captain Smirk pointed out of the window towards a line of gigantic custard pies spinning through space towards them.
Enemy custard pies approaching at warp speed.
Custard pies? Mmm, tasty.
Those aren't for eating, you dingbat. They're attacking us. Hold on to your feathers, Olive.
The captain pulled on a lever, tilting the spaceship this way and that, narrowly avoiding the spinning pies.
You did it, Captain.
Yeah, for now. Computer, show me the source of those pies. Affirmative.
Why would that donut throw giant custard pies at us?
Dunno, but I'm not going to hang around to find out.
The captain pulled on the lever once again. The engines whirred as they powered up. Then...
Captain, I think we have a problem.
You're not wrong. The engines are clogged up with pie. We can't move, and that donut is closing in on us.
Maybe we could contact the donut and explain that we're friendly.
Computer, make donut contact. Affirmative.
What are they saying?
I haven't got the foggiest, but what I do know is we have to get out of here fast.
A pie-clogged engine, a keep fit routine that makes a ship shake. I think I may have an idea. Quick, exercise. We need to unblock those engines.
Soon all the bouncing started to shake free the pie that was clogging up the engines.
Hey up, Olive, your brain box. It's working.
But the donut was still closing in on them.
Come on, Captain. Double time. Leap up 2, 3 and down 2, 3. Up 2, 3 and down.
The captain leapt up and down with Olive, and finally their bouncing shook the pie out of the ship's engines, and they roared back to life.
We did it.
Well done, Olive. Let's get out of here.
No, wait. Look.
The space donut was now close enough to see into the control room. The walls were covered in pictures of Captain Smirk, and there was an alien on the command deck performing keep fit moves. He was obviously a huge fan.
The alien captain just wants to join your keep fit class.
So I throw pies at us.
Suddenly, the alien teleported himself onto the ship, appearing between Olive and the captain.
Hello there. I guess that's his way of saying hello. Yummy.
They all laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it was time. Till she popped up somewhere new. Olive was in a large white room, sitting at a desk. There was a strange machine in front of her. It had lots of metal keys and a sheet of paper poking out of the top. All around her were monkeys sitting in front of similar machines and tapping away at the keys.
Oh, what's going on here?
Said Olive rather loudly.
Shh, why aren't you typing?
Whispered the monkey next to Olive.
Sorry, I'm Olive. What's typing?
I'm Cornelius. Typing is what we're doing on these typewriters.
I don't really know what to type.
It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're typing when he gets...
Monkey with the feathers, why aren't you typing?
Olive saw a rhinoceros striding towards her.
But what do you want me to type, Doctor?
The name's Dr. Horner, and I don't really give a monkeys what you type. Just get typing.
Cake, okay.
A flustered Olive quickly began to type. Dr. Horner walked out through a door, locking it behind him.
Why are you all locked up in here?
Dr. Horner says we're taking part in an important literature research project, so it's vital we all keep typing. I'm typing a story about a wizard monkey. Carlton here is writing a book about monkeys in space, and Lucius over there writes monkey poetry.
We all want to escape and get our stories published.
I'd love to see my book in a bookshop, but as long as we're trapped in here, it's hopeless.
Sighed Carlton sadly. Olive looked up. High above her was an open window in the ceiling.
A high-up window, lots of typewriters. I think I may have an idea.
Olive collected up all the typewriters and began to stack them on top of each other until a tower of typewriters rose up to the window.
Okay, now all we need to do is climb this tower and we can escape.
The tower creaked and wobbled.
I don't know. It doesn't look very safe to me, Olive.
Well, it's the only way out. We'll just have to be extra careful. I'll go first.
Olive cautiously began to climb the teetering tower of typewriters, and all the monkeys followed. But as she reached the top, the tower started to really wobble.
Perhaps this wasn't such a good idea after all.
No, maybe we should all climb down before it falls.
Suddenly, the door swung open, and Dr. Horner strode back in, his face red with anger.
What's this? An escape attempt?
Just then, the tower of typewriters finally toppled.
Cake! Quick, everyone! Join on!
Olive grabbed the window frame with one wing and Cornelius's hand with the other. All the monkeys joined together just in time as the typewriters crashed to the ground. Olive jumped out of the window and started to pull up the monkeys, but Dr. Horner grabbed hold of Carlton's tail.
Ha-ha! There's no escape!
Tickle him, Carlton!
Shouted Olive. Carlton gave Dr. Horner a good tickling.
Oh!
And he let go of Carlton's tail. Olive quickly pulled them up and they all escaped. The monkeys were so pleased to be free at last, they all leapt around and chattered with joy.
Thanks so much for helping us escape, Olive. We're off to the big city to get our stories published. I plan to be the next J.K. Simeon.
Good luck. And make sure you all keep writing. No time for monkeying around.
They all laughed. And as they did, Olive realised it was time to go.
Typical Olive, daydreaming again.
Said her mum.
Cake? Actually, I've been helping some typing monkeys escape.
Your head's been in the sun too long, dear.
Said Olive's dad. Her little brother laughed. But Olive wasn't listening. She was already dreaming of her next big adventure. She popped up somewhere new. Olive found herself in the middle of a huge, dusty arena. Tall marble columns and ornate shields decorated the walls, above which sat crowds of cheering people.
Cake, I wonder who this lot are here to see.
Just then, a glum-looking donkey approached her, pulling an old wooden chariot behind him.
Oh, hello, I'm Olive. This place is huge.
Yes, it's huge, Olive. It's Greek racing arena. I'm Nikos Lycopoulos. I'll be pulling your chariot in today's race.
A chariot race? Sounds very exciting.
Exclaimed Olive.
Don't get too excited. We won't win because those two always come up with some tricks to stop anybody else.
Nikos pointed out a white stallion and a black stallion pulling golden chariots around the track. As Olive watched, they sneakily nudged another parading chariot racer into a huge muddy puddle, sending them skidding out of the race before it had even begun.
See, Olive, they always cheat and then they always win.
A gong sounded to call the chariot racers to the start line.
Okay, Nikos, let's race.
The two stallions lined up on either side of Nikos and Olive.
Hello, losers.
Sneered the stallions as a Greek herald blew into a huge conch shell to start the race. The stallions kicked up a huge cloud of dust as they thundered off. But as the dust cleared, Olive and Nikos were still on the starting line.
What's happening, Olive? I'm running, but we're not moving.
Olive looked around and saw that their chariot had been tied to one of the Greek columns with some rope.
But Cake, those cheating stallions have done it again.
She quickly pecked the rope in two, sending her and Nikos whizzing off after the other chariots.
Hey, well done, Olive.
Go get him, Nikos.
Nikos galloped as fast as he could, and soon they were catching up with the two stallions. Olive twisted the rope into a lasso and threw it over the back of the white stallion's chariot.
Bullseye.
Then she threw the other end over a tall Greek statue. The rope snapped tight, and the white stallion was pulled out of the race.
It worked. Now let's overtake that black stallion, Nikos.
Here I go.
We're in the lead.
Oh, yes. Careful you don't slip up.
Suddenly, the black stallion nudged Olive's chariot, sending it and Nikos sliding into a huge muddy puddle.
Oh, I can't
can't stop! Help!
Olive had to think quickly. She spotted the Greek shields on the walls of the arena.
A muddy puddle, a row of shields. I think I may have an idea.
As they slid past, Olive plucked a shield from the wall and hurled it onto the ground ahead of the sliding Nakos.
Quick, jump on the shield.
Nakos used the shield to surf over and out of the muddy puddle, sending a massive wave of mud into the path of the black stallion.
Hey, I can't see her.
The black stallion skidded and slipped on the mud as Olive and Nakos crossed the finishing line as winners.
Hey, we did it, Olive. We won.
Well done, Nakos.
Thanks, Olive, for helping me finally beat those naughty, cheating stallions.
That's okay. That'll teach them for horsing around.
They both laughed, and as they did, Olive realised it